Hi, this is Jaclyn Quinn, and this is week 4 of Scam Alert. This week we're going to talk about consumer card scams and fraud that's going on right now. And I'm going to highlight a few of the popular scams that we're seeing and give you some do's and don'ts so that you don't fall victim to these scams as well. So with credit cards, it's, these days it's a very popular method of paying for things, and a lot of us don't even carry cash with us, we carry our cards. With that, now, of course, the scammers come up with ways to steal from you from your card, since they can't, if they take your wallet, get any cash. So they've developed card skimmers, so they go on the machines, and it looks like it's the real ATM machine piece, but usually it's a skimmer where, if they were successful in installing this skimmer, it'll take your card information, transmit your PIN or any keystrokes you do on the entry pad, and then there you go. The scammers are able to recreate your debit card or your credit card and use it elsewhere. So that is something that you can protect yourself from by, taking a look at the ATM machine. Does something seem out of place? You might want to feel the part where you put the card in to see if it's loose. Sometimes they're glued on pretty well, so that's not always the best way to tell. But I know that I'm in the habit of taking a look at this every time I use a new terminal. They suggest using the same gas station frequently, or if you go to a Wawa, go to the same store. So if you familiarize yourself with the stores and the way it's set up, then you'll be better able to tell if something is not as it should be when you're there. Other card scams occur when your information can be taken off of the internet. Sometimes there are hacks at the retail stores, like at Home Depot and Target. A couple of years ago, there were some pretty big security breaches, and they issued life alert to all of their customers who were in the store over that period of time, so they can take a look at your credit report and make sure that there wasn't any fraudulent purchase on there. A lot of the big stores are constantly under attack from hackers and all kinds of security threats. So this kind of thing, we do our best to prevent it and make sure that we're safe, but you have to be vigilant. And that's really what it comes down to. Taking a look at your charges, take a look at your credit card statements, look at your bank statements, make sure there isn't something on there that you don't recognize. And if there is, take action immediately. So on the phone, a lot of the card scams that have evolved are pretty, tricky. And they've actually come up with some interesting ways to get people to part with their money. And one of the things that's happening right now is featuring the iTunes gift cards. So the scammer will call you, they get names and phone numbers off of the public information database. So they'll call and they say that they have funds available, you were chosen, they'll maybe say something good that makes you think that, yes, they're calling the right place. One scam that I'm aware of, the victim told me that on the phone, they told her that they had this money, it's for charity, and it's for people who they know are doing good work in their communities. And she said, "Oh, that's excellent. I'm honored. Thank you for calling me." And, unfortunately, it was a scam, but it just seemed too good to be true, and turns out it was. So with this scam, they say that they have the funds available and they can send it to you, but you need to pay the taxes on it. And the way they ask you to pay the taxes is to go to the store and get some iTunes gift cards, usually, $100, $50, smaller denominations, but a bunch of them, so it adds up, usually around $300 to $500. And there are even cases where people have gone up to $2,500 as I'm looking at these scam reports here. So they'll ask you to go to the store, buy the iTunes gift cards, and then give them the information off the back of the card. So when you do this, they can input that information, take the money off the card, and it's gone. It's in the internet world, and it's not really traceable. and a lot of them are sold on the black market. They can be used to buy other things, funneled into multiple accounts. So it's really not likely that the money is going to come back to you in any way. Similar to that scam, there was a YouTube video that circulated where a guy received a call. It was a scammer on the other end of the phone, and he was told to go to Walmart, I believe, to go buy some gift cards and do the same thing. Buy the iTunes gift cards, give him the numbers off the card. And when the guy who had answered the phone, when he was listening to this person, he pretty quickly figured out it was a scam, and he let it go on for the whole entire phone call and posted the video. So we'll go ahead and share that video too, so you can take a look. It's a little, we don't condone everything that's said in there, but at the same time, maybe it's something you can take a look at. It's pretty funny. So, and that's actually brings me to another point. So reporting these scams, publicizing it. If you find out about something, post it on Facebook, tell your friends, tweet out an alert to your friends and family, all your Twitter followers, let your local organizations know. It's important that we are all aware, and that's the best way to protect ourselves. So some of the things as to, what can you do? What should you do? So I've said this before. I think in every scam alert we've done so far, I've said don't give your information out to anyone over the phone unless you've made the call to them and it's reputable. If you've never done business with someone, do an online search first. Don't feel comfortable. The scammers that's their job. They're tricking you into feeling comfortable with them, and they trick you into feeling like you're special and you get this award. They're good at what they do, and that's how they scam people out of millions of dollars. So don't fall for it. Carry your cards separately from your wallet. So this is an interesting suggestion. They say that it minimizes your losses if someone steals your wallet or purse, and carry only the card you need for that outing. So, I guess if you keep most of your things at home and then take only what you need when you go out, that does help protect your things to a certain extent. During a transaction, keep your eye on the card. Make sure you get it back before you walk away. And it's important to note what the cashier does with the card. So there have been instances where cashiers will quickly scan the card in another skimmer or device that they have, or they copy it in some way. And doing this, they'll go and sell it or use that information to take the rest of your money later. So keep an eye on it. Never sign a blank receipt. Draw a line through any blank spaces above the total. That's especially true on restaurant receipts. So start keeping an eye on these things. Save your receipts to compare with your statement. This way you can verify your purchases, and if there's something that's just not adding up, call your card company. Open your bills promptly or check them online. Most of the companies offer, you can check daily in live time. And I know that you can see what's pending, what has posted. Sometimes there's a little bit of a delay, but it's pretty accurate, and it's a good way to keep track. Report any questionable charges to the issuer, as we've said. Notify your card issuer if your address changes or if you'll be traveling. And now this is so they will know to let the transaction go through, but also if you haven't notified them and your card is, you live in Delaware and your card is swiped somewhere in England, maybe they would give you a call. I know that some of the card companies are very active with their fraud alert internal system, and they'll give you a call even across state lines. It's happened to me, and really it was a little inconvenient, but I was glad that they called. It really made me feel that they were keeping an eye on my account. Notify your card issuer if your address changes. Okay, yeah. And then don't write your account number on the outside of an envelope. I don't know why this used to be something that people did, but it was popular. There was a line on the back of the envelope where you can write the account number, but this is just asking for trouble. So don't put any of your information on the outside of the envelope other than your return address. So reporting losses and fraud promptly and as soon as you realize it is so important. You have each card agreement will specify how much time you have to report something, but the best rule of thumb is as soon as you realize that there's fraud, call the companies and report it. Call your bank, call all of your cards, check your credit report, find out what's going on, and if you have to close the accounts or change the accounts, do what you need to do to protect yourself. Lastly, the card alerts are affecting people in terms of when you as a victim might put money on a card, but then when there's a scam going on right now with people who are buying gift cards and they think that they're valid gift cards and they get them and they're not valid. So buying gift cards online can be risky, and especially if it's a $100 gift card or $50 gift card, that's a gamble. So there are websites out there where you can buy gift cards, and they're reputable websites. They've been around for a long time. So I would recommend those types of websites, more than I'd recommend Craigslist or some kind of market share site, especially where if it's online, someone can hide behind the computer, take an electronic payment, send you a card that's worthless, and then you might have trouble tracking that online payment. So I just wanted to throw that piece in there too. Well, that wraps up week 4 scam alert on credit card fraud. Let us know if you find out that you're a victim of fraud, and we can help straighten it out after the fact. And we will be back next week, and we'll have a surprise topic.